No.
Former House Speaker Kevin McCarthy is sitting here with us. Let's listen to Speaker Mike Johnson. This is what he thinks about the reconciliation package.
The Senate has a little different opinion and perspective on reconciliation and what the largest disparity here than the House, and that's part of this process. As you all know, we built consensus around this idea, but we are going to get this mission accomplished.
Reconciliation, it's one of those Washington words that basically you can get into the weeds really quickly. For mom and dad at home, what do they need to know?
Important? If you want to pass anything in the Senate, you normally need 60 votes. But when you have one party control the House and the Senate, you can do reconciliation with 50 votes. This is how Democrats did Obamacare. This is how we did the tax bill. But it only lasts for 10 years. So why it's so important, though, in the Senate, they have something called the Byrd Rule. So you can't write the bill just as you want, you've got to pass the parliamentarian. So why the Senate has a different belief than the House? For the first time in modern history, the majority in the Senate is larger than the House. The House actually lost seats, and you watched how close the Speaker's race was. But the interesting thing's going to happen come January 20th. 2 more members of the House are going to leave, and that takes time to fill the seat. So when Speaker Johnson said he wants this done by April, well, April 1st is when the vote is in Florida. The seat for Elise Stefanik won't happen until after that. So he has no room to spare. So I agree you need one bill, because if you take 2, it's harder to pass in the House. The Senate's okay. But remember this, just from the knowledge of doing a lot of bills, if you make a bill too big, it collapses upon itself. And what they really have to do is focus. This is all about the tax bill. Economy comes first. But the tax bill is going to change, right? Because those members in New York and California, they worry about SALT. So it has to change. And when you change SALT, it costs more money. The president wants to change no tax on tips. That costs money. So it's no easy play here, but Jason Smith was right. He's the chairman of Ways and Means. This is a big victory for him, because he's been out there advocating early on, when the Speaker wasn't taking a position, to do one bill.
So for viewers at home, I think maybe the easiest way to understand or to follow it maybe is what the senators are saying, the Republican side, is tell us what you can do in the House.
Yes.
Get that done first, and then we can take up that measure on our side.
Why people want to start with it, they want to do the border. Rightfully so. But the president could do a lot of administrative there. And I believe the border is a disaster. And they could take disaster money and use that for the border. So if you take 2 votes, as people progress, you normally have a 9-month honeymoon. 1 or 2 members saying no, as we watch in the Speaker race, can stop the whole thing.
Okay, so let me ask you about that, because Punchbowl News today talked about Trump and the House Freedom Caucus. You know the House Freedom Caucus very well, and said that the House Freedom Caucus is home to some of the Trumpiest members in Washington, yet it's also been willing to defy Trump at times. It's clear these hardliners are sometimes comfortable banding together and bucking Trump, at least when they have strength in numbers. So how do you anticipate? Is this what you mean by it collapsing on its own weight?
Yeah.
On the Republican side.
On the Republican side. And if it can't pass the House, if all the Democrats say no, and 2 Republicans say no, can't agree, want something different in the bill, then all your taxes go up, because you've got to solve it by the end of the year. So the pressure is on. But I disagree with that. The House Freedom Caucus is not the most Trumpian place. The people that went against Trump the strongest are in the House Freedom Caucus. You know, they didn't support Trump. They campaigned against Trump. They campaigned to the very end against Trump. The Ralph Norman who voted against, he was Nikki Haley all the way. Never. Chip Roy, he was against Trump all the time. So the real Trump support is in the caucus.
Interesting.
So when House Freedom Caucus says they're conservative, they're not conservative. They just don't want to vote for anything. And by not voting for anything, raises your taxes.
Let me motor through this. I think you're going to hear a lot about this later in the morning into the afternoon, about what Joe Biden's doing the final days that he has as president. Here we go. Truth Social, Trump says Biden's doing everything possible to make the transition as difficult as possible, from lawfare such as never seen before to costly and ridiculous executive orders on the Green New scam and other money-wasting hoaxes. Fear not, these orders will be terminated shortly, and we will become a nation of common sense and strength. MAGA. How much can he reverse once he's in office?
If it's by executive, he can reverse all of it. But it also can take time, where you'd have to go, if you have to go through any reporting and let the public have some say. But the president, Biden, is doing a lot of damage right now. You watch what he just did when it came to our energy policy. We're in a competition for the world to whoever could capture AI and quantum. Whoever does that will lead the next century. You can't capture AI unless you have the energy. We have to expand our grid. And God has blessed America, but we need all the above. We need all the energy to be able to go forward. He's walling this off, giving an advantage to China. You watch time and again. It's almost like he wants to punish America because he got pushed off the ballot. It's not a Democrat thing. It's a punishment to America because he's upset with how the Bidens were treated. And this is one thing I will say. Look, I never agreed with Kamala Harris on pretty much anything, but I want to give her kudos for how she handled yesterday. For anybody on any side, that was probably a tough day.
Tough moment.
But she was professional, and she did something that was difficult, and I give her credit for that.
Yeah, indeed. All right, great to see you. Happy New Year.
Great to see all of you.
Good to have you.
I'm back soon. Thank you, Kevin.
I'm Steve Ducey.
I'm Brian Kilmeade.
And I'm Ainsley Earhart. And click here to subscribe to the Fox News YouTube page to catch our hottest interviews and most compelling analysis.